Woo, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Blessed Silver Cord here. Oh, coming at you. Raw and real, no bullshitting with you ladies and gents. So we got a lot going on. I'll be doing the full moon for the 3rd later on today. All ready to go. Woo. Leo at the sun at 11 degrees. Aquarius and the moon at 11 degrees. This is about to be an intense one. And we got Uranus retrograde coming up, I believe, on the 15th of next month. So, big shifts. Big shifts. Yeah. So, I'm going to be doing with the Coven the Silver Cord, if y'all want to join us, is a Love's Guiding Light spell. It's a pretty easy spell, and it's not a love spell to get a specific lover. Never has been, never will be. I know people keep asking me for it, keep trying to use it for that, but that's not what it does. That's not what it's for. The Love's Guiding Light spell just helps you reach the frequency of love so that you can attract love on that frequency. You can't attract the love on that frequency if that person is not on that frequency. And now, I did also want to put a PSA because one of the women in my coven was really in a cycle of getting way too attached to partners and desperately wanting a partner and desperately wanting a partner and desperately wanting a partner. She did Love's Guiding Light to get her to bring the universe bring in a soul that matched her unconditional love frequency. About a year later, she is a mother, but she's still not in a relationship. And she still keeps wondering why that spell, from her perspective, like it worked, but it didn't work. And I'm like, what higher level of unconditional love can you have than a child? You know, it's never what you think, you know. And relationships aren't the end all be all. The other point I wanted to make, and that's what I put, is the how long. Now, we have a major activating portal coming up on the 8th. We have Lunasa, which is the harvest season, right? So, Lunasa is harvesting. It's the first harvest festival. It's the wheat harvest festival, or loaf harvest. And that's all about you did your growing season, and now you should be harvesting the rewards. Well, now this depends. You only get to harvest if you've been putting in the work at the garden. Because if you just planted seeds, but you never went out there and watered them, you never went out there and tended them, you never went out there and spoke encouragingly to them, and you never went out there and pruned off the dead leaves and the dead branches and everything else, and got the parasites off. If you never did the work, there's nothing to harvest. And that's what I meant by how long. Now, a lot of us, myself included, my cutoff date is the 8th. I've been telling you guys that, that's the plan for me. Doing it without any medication and without any buddies. Why? Because the other smokers in my life do not want to quit smoking. None of them want to quit their bad habits. And it's to a point where, how long are you going to lay on that crutch? How long are you going to blame your addictions on somebody else? And now, if you let go of the addiction you're trying to let go of and the person you're with doesn't, how long do you think that's going to last? I'm just saying. When you start activating, if the people around you don't, they will no longer match your frequency. You will no longer get along with them. Every moment will be tense whenever they come in. Yeah, when you start activating and those around you aren't activating, they will separate from you. So when you do love spells or anything like that, or do any type of work where you're elevating yourself, I'm using that because I said love's guiding light. That's not a love spell to get a certain person. That is a spell to put you on the frequency of love so that you can draw in other people on that frequency so you can be a beacon of love. That's for you. It's got nothing to do with another person. A lot of people have a problem with that. As far as I'm concerned, love spells, especially ones that are dedicated to binding spells, anything that you're trying to do that affects somebody else's free will, because they're trying. If someone's trying to leave, let them leave. That's it. But it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. If you do a love spell and you cast it on a specific person to block them to you, it's going to turn toxic because you're not on the same frequency. You're trying to force something that doesn't match. It's like trying to pull. It's like taking two magnets, and you know how like one way they'll stick together like this because they're lined up to link in like that. But if you turn them around, they push against each other. It's like taking the ends that are pushed against each other and trying to rubber band them together when you do a binding spell. And that tension to pull apart will always be there. And the person one person is a codependent nightmare that's bound this other person to them. And this person is being pulled back in and they're trying to leave and they don't know why they can't leave. And when you do that's why they turn abusive, because this one that's trying to leave and this one's codependent pulling it together and they're just like this, and it's going to cause a ton of tension, fights. The person who wanted to leave that you bound to you, 9 times out of 10 will turn violent or abusive in one way or another. So that's really my warning on love spells, guys. You can't start a relationship with a kidnapping. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Well, I'm going to be doing Love's Guiding Light in the Silver Cord for the 3rd for the full moon. And I just wanted to make sure that people understood that this is not a love spell for someone to attract it's not about attracting a partner to it, dude. That's not the frequency you want to be on when you're casting this. And you have to be very careful if you want to join in on this spell too. Oh, binding spells are ridiculous. Well, they bring that up in the craft when she tries to bind Nancy. You know, you can't. And now I've done binding spells for harm. I've done binding spells like to keep somebody's hands off of another person or things like that. But people don't realize that anytime you affect free will, the consequences are kind of like the genie in the wishing well. No, honey. If you want, it's not. This is exactly what I was talking about at the beginning. The love spell that I'm going to be doing on the 3rd in the Coven, the Silver Cord, is not a love spell to draw in a partner. It is a love spell to get you on the frequency of love. And there's a big warning I'm trying to put out with this, because especially if you're already in a relationship and it's like tumultuous right now or anything else like that, when we do this spell, it's supposed to help you raise your frequency to the love frequency. You can't force anybody else to raise onto this frequency to meet you. They have to be willing to accept it and want to do it themselves. Love's Guiding Light is supposed to be making you a beacon of love so that you can draw in a partner. Or not even so much draw in a partner. Draw in those of your soul tribe that will help you continue to elevate and maintain that frequency. The first time I did Love's Guiding Light was one of the first spells that we did in the Silver Cord. And no lie, guys, it totally rocked my world. Like I said, one woman ended up pregnant. I was like, maybe I should put a warning on it that if you cast for unconditional love, that's an unconditional love side effect sometimes. So she didn't get the man she wanted. She did draw in a partner, but she didn't draw one in on her frequency. She just drawed one in so that she can create someone that would be on that frequency with her. So she has a baby now. So the spell did work. It just didn't work in the way you think it will. And you got it. That's the whole story of the djinn. Be careful what you wish for. There's a song that says that too. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it all. And that's the big warning that I'm just trying to put out there with you guys. Do not cast this. I do not cast love spells to lock in a certain lover. I used to offer pop-it binding spells just because I like to give people an option of spells that you can get out of. Always, always, in all castings, put a back door in your thing. Always have an escape route. Like attracts like. That's what they mean when they say be what you want to see. Well, that's it. And I've said that too. If you want to make, if you see somebody really inspirational, like, I don't know, Adriana that does the yoga channel on YouTube. She's really the first YouTuber I ever started following, and I was so inspired by that. And I was like, I want to be like that. I want to be like the kind of woman who gets up every morning and does yoga or exercises every morning. But in order to be like that, you have to actually get up in the morning and exercise. You have to actually get up in the morning and do it. If you want to be like those people, test it out. Try being like those people. Doesn't mean you have to commit and be fake, but you have to at least put in some of the work. And how long... When I put the how long is too long at the beginning here, that is for relationships. How long is too long? How long can you listen to somebody say that they want to be a certain way? Because a lot of people fall in love with potential. And everybody has a massive amount of potential to be extraordinary. And they'll talk a lot of game. But how long is too long? How long are you going to keep falling in love with who they say they are and refuse to see who they really are? It's the thing I am even facing, guys. How long are you going to sit there holding on to someone who said that they're going to do this with you and that with you and this with you and that with you, but in the end, they haven't actually made any changes? How long is too long? How many years? How many years? Because I tell you, I did 10 years with my first marriage. We were married for 7 years, but we were together 3 years before we got married. And it's the same thing. After 10 years, we were in the same exact boat as we were when we got together. Still living in somebody else's house, only now we're doing it with 2 kids. Too long. 10 years, too long. Too long, too long, too long. My second marriage lasted 6 years. Oh, we wanted to get healthy, and when we started, we did shakes, and we did exercising, and we walked, and we did all this. And we did all that, but it never lasted. It never stuck. Every couple of months, we would do it for a week or two, and then it would all fall apart, and, they would fall off the wagon and everything else. Morning, Crystal. 6 years. 6 years later, he was bigger than he was when we got together. How long is too long? 6 years. It's too long. And you know, Rob ain't probably even gonna watch this, and he probably should, because when we got together, we were one. He promised me that we were going to quit smoking if we managed to get along. That was before we even saw each other in person. That if it worked out and if it was good, we would quit smoking and we would get healthy together. And he likes to exercise and he knows he can do it and blah, 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 blah. And he was going to do a lot of things. Now it's almost been a year. And I don't know, guys. Damn sure not going to do it for 10. Damn sure not going to do it for 6. I don't know. Thinking a year might just be long enough to give somebody to stand up and start doing what the fuck they said they were going to do. And he don't feel it and he don't realize it because he's numb to it. Yeah, oceanfront property, exactly. You know, you got to pay attention. Are they doing what they say they're going to do? Are they? You know, and like I said, and me, how long am I going to use that as a crutch? I can't quit smoking because the people around me won't quit smoking. How long is that going to be my burden? And how long once after the 8th, after I go to my cutoff date? How long? How long once I start getting into my routines again and start elevating again? How long? If he doesn't come, do you think he's going to make it? You know? And it's not like everybody didn't warn him from the get-go. They're like, you're not going to be able to live up to her standards. Da, 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 da. It's not that. It's not my standards. It's never been you can't live up to her standards. No. I didn't set no standards. I have never set standards on anybody to do anything other than what they said they were going to do. I don't get upset until you keep talking about how you are somebody and how you're going to do things and you're going to do this and you're going to do that. I'm Aries. I'm all about, let's go ahead and do it, you know? I'm not about let's talk about it for a year and then actually never actually do it and just fall apart and sink into a hole. Oh no, I'm mean. So that is why. And so the Love's Guiding Light will be on the 3rd. It's a fairly easy spell. And if you'd like to join us on that, links are below. All that good jazz. All that good stuff, right? Who's ready to see some cards? All right. We're starting out with our shadow cards. What is our shadows doing? Peaceful among the thorns, 26, bringing 7. Deception, you're deceiving yourself. Even if you do not drink, if you do not smoke, and you think you are the healthiest person on the planet, you are doing something, probably meditating. Bad stuff happens. Nobody's doing anything to fix it. And instead of leaving the situation, I'm just going to go throw in some earbuds and meditate and ignore the fact that any of it's happening. I'm going to be peaceful among the thorns, but I'm not going to get out of the briar. What is that? Forgetting oneself, eating a lotus flower, numbing yourself. Both these cards are denial cards. Who else has been denying the fact that things are not rolling the way they should be? And life should be almost effortless. You should be able to be flowing. You should be moving. You should be graceful. You should be dancing through life and making it happen, and just pumping out that love frequency and gratitude frequency, and things should be coming in, and it shouldn't be a struggle, and it shouldn't be hard. And if it is, it's because you're surrounded by people who are not in your frequency, and you're having to put in way too much effort to try and maintain your own peace, and you're not maintaining your own peace. You are just hiding from the problems. You're not maintaining peace. You're hiding from the problems. Prince of Wands. I love this card because it mixes in this deck anyway, it mixes in the Chariot and the Lion, and it's Leo season. It's the sun season. It's time to start getting selfish out there, guys. It's time to start seeing what you want, putting your passion behind it, and going for it. It is time to start elevating your frequency and stop numbing yourself out of it. That's how you get to your 10 of Cups, to your wish fulfillment. That's how you get through your rite of passage, is by accepting the fact that sometimes you just need to keep moving forward. 6 of Cups, look back on it lovingly. It was not a mistake. You did not waste time. You learned valuable lessons. You taught them valuable lessons. Whoever this is, it doesn't have to be a lover. This could be a parent. This could be, if you've got grown kids, it doesn't matter. Look on it lovingly. So that way, whenever you look back, you do stay on the frequency of love. Don't look at it angrily because it did not turn out the way you wanted it to. It turned out the way the universe wanted it to. There's really nothing you can do about it at this point. Prince of Swords, also on his chariot, this time pulled by an eagle. Be clear and concise with your words, but do not be... Don't try not to be opinionated or hasty. See what I say about hasty? Don't try not to be opinionated and hasty. Don't just, see this reading and get up and go run in there and start a fight and stomp out. Be smart. Prince of Swords, all that thoughts and words. Think it out and try to find a way to put into focus where it is that you want to go in life and what you're trying to accomplish, and then find a way to, start removing those things that no longer serve you. Always with love. Always with love. I don't know. The festival creates the energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. Like I said, with everything in the castings that we're going to be doing for this full moon and everything, this is supposed to be bringing you into the frequency of those that you want to have a party with, those that you want to hang out with, those that you vibrate on the same frequency. This isn't manifesting a party, one of those parties that you go into, what's that song? I'm at a party and I don't want to be at it. This isn't that party. This is not that party. This is the party where people are playing the music that you like to listen to. This is the party where they're doing the fun things that you enjoy doing. This is that kind of party. Some of us don't want to go to the club. We would rather go to a wine and painting class with our friends. Some of us would rather go camping in the woods. This is the festival with those that you want to party with, not those that you do not want to party, not being dragged along into situations you don't want to really be in anymore. A lot of us are not even introverts. It's not that we're introverts. It's that nobody does anything that we like to do around us, so we're not happy because we don't ever want to do that shit, but we're being forced to, and nobody ever does the things that we want to do. And if that's the case, these are different frequencies. And you need to figure out, if you're expected to go do this all the time, but this person's not willing to come and do your stuff, you might want to, Alan, the 3 rays of light, balancing the male and female energies, peace and harmony. Like I said, should be a balance. It's okay if the boat gets rocked, right? But it's always supposed to eventually balance out. Exactly. Some of us like to, go riding on the Blue Ridge and rock hunting and things like that. I mean, and if you're with a partner who doesn't like anything that you do, I don't know, and they're zero supportive, that's the other thing. I mean, there's being supportive, but, dripped did my coffee on my desk. I got nothing to wipe it up with right this second. Yeah, it's crazy to me. It's how long? Aren't you guys tired of it, right? Aren't you tired of being numb? Are you tired of keeping your mouth shut and just not rocking the boat? And not even so much that you're not rocking the boat, just sitting there while it's like sitting in a car where someone who can't drive. Or you're driving the car and someone keeps, I don't know, distracting you or like whatever. They're going to cause you to crash because you're so busy dealing with them. You can't. And you can't just pull off to the side of the road and sit there because this other person is not moving forward and you don't want to leave them behind. I've come too far in my life to sit stagnant for anybody anymore. That's the other thing too. It comes down to it. It'll be you. I can't believe you're doing it. I can't believe you're doing it. I am a very upfront, clear person with everybody in my life. I tell people exactly what I want. I don't judge people for their problems or anything else like that, but I do pay attention. And I pay attention to the fact is, are you doing what you said you were going to do? Because granted, I haven't quit smoking yet, but I have drastically changed a lot of things in my life. And I have done everything that I said I was going to do. And I am continuing to show up and keep doing those things every day. Now, people who are always talking about saying they're going to do stuff and then not doing it, and this goes if it's you. If you're the person who keeps saying you're going to do this and you're going to do this and you're going to do this, but you never actually take any steps to do it, eventually the people in your life are going to be like, forget you. Forget you. What? Oh, what? And then, of course, the next person will come in with that person. They'll be like, oh, he's so great. I see. He's so wonderful. Oh, the light is so shiny. Oh, they're so perfect. And then you're going to look around and go, okay. You understand completely what I know exactly what you're in love with that person. You're in love with the person that person thinks they are, but are they who they say they are? Because if you're talking the talk, but you don't actually walk the walk and show up as that person, you're just full of shit. I know I'm pretty feisty today. I don't know why. I just sprung out of bed and I want to start walking in the morning. I wasn't going to do the full mile around the pond, but one of the dogs was up, so I was going to take him, and then I was very, very, very quietly trying ever so slightly to put that leash down without touching the other leashes, but then as soon as the dogs hear that one jangle on the leash, they all come running in like a pack. So what we got here? I love this Jack of Wands deck. You see that? That little shadowy bugger in the background right there. He's up front. Don't he look all pretty? We got shadow in the back. So this is the Jack of Wands. And like I said, this is very much in this deck anyway, is putting out the personas of being one thing. But in the back, they're still balancing out their shadow. So this is, for you, this is balancing out your shadow aspects, acknowledging things that you may have been ignoring in order to make those changes. Drop the games. Stop manipulating people with your words, saying that you're going to be one thing, but you're not being that thing. You're just saying you will, but you never actually make the shift to do it. You can't keep saying you want something and then never work for it. I mean, even in glamour magic or anything else like that, you want healthier skin, you want all that, you have to actually go and research and do it. How do I keep my skin so nice? This isn't bathing in the blood of my enemies. I have no foundation or nothing on when I come on here, guys. I never worn foundation or anything. I'm 36 years old. I think I've done pretty damn good with this skin. And you know what I use? Coffee, coconut oil, and honey as a facial scrub. That's what I wanted. That's what I looked up. That's what I researched. That's what I take care of. That's just it. 3 of Swords. And now, I'm going to put this as a third-party situation, but this doesn't necessarily mean that the person's cheating on you. With everything else that we've read here today, this is something. That's the third party. Something that someone else can't let go of, that's rocking your boat, that's causing tension in your relationship. 6 of Wands. One you or both of you, somebody's got to step up and gain victory over whatever this is that's holding you guys back, because it's just going to continue to bring conflict. And I'm telling you now, when you get victory over whatever it is that's holding you both back in your relationship, it's going to cause conflicts. And we got the King of Pentacles here. And this is talking about if it does cause these conflicts, or when it does cause these conflicts, do not allow you guys are my multidimensional beings with me. I'm hoping if you are here and you hear my messages that you will understand what I'm about to say. You are working on multiple levels at all times, right? This is about, with everything that's going on, you can't let one area of your life fall apart, destroy the other areas of your life. And I've said this before because I've watched people do this. They have a breakup or whatever, and they allow it to completely destroy their lives. Completely destroy their lives. You can't allow that. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What? They broke up with me, so I ended up being completely irresponsible. I went out and got wasted on a Tuesday night, and then I was still drunk when I went to work in the morning, and I got fired, and I lost my job, and then I kept drinking, and then I couldn't get another job, and then I lost my apartment, and I lost all this, and it's all their fault. No, fuck it, that's all your fault. That's all your fault. That has nothing to do with them leaving you. That has nothing to do with you leaving them. You decided to make bad choices and ruined your own life over it. It's no one else's fault but yours. I'm telling you guys, this next 6 months, all the last retrograde and everything up leading into October this year is going to be self-accountability. What decisions are you making? I'm glad this is resonating for you guys. Whew. Oh, man, I got into that one hard. We're past 35 minutes already. We're just at 35, 34.9. Oh. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? What kind of things do you want to do? What kind of vacations do you want to take? All that's fine. Meditate on it. Do not use meditation to hide. Do not use medication to hide. I don't think you missed that much this morning. I think you came in about 10 minutes in. But you can't hide from the shifts, guys. And if you try to, you'll end up derailing everything you have been working on. Keep moving forward. Say who you're going to be. Be who you say you are going to be. Words mean nothing if there's no follow through. Pay attention to other people who do that. Don't be in love with someone's potential. Be in love with who they are. It's one thing giving somebody time. It's another thing deluding yourself. How long is long enough? All right. I love you guys. Oh, look how shiny she got. I love you guys. Blessed be all those who walk these paths with me. Talk to you in the morning.